Ja, hallo zu einer schönen neuen Nacht in London. Ja, jetzt ist natürlich die große Frage, was sollen wir großartig machen, außer nach Whitechapel zu gehen. Ja. Wäre zumindest mal interessant, in einen neuen Bezirk zu kommen, obwohl ich gern mal wieder zu den Docks möchte, um den einen Typen zu heilen, der in Toms Bar gesessen hat. Und hier ist keiner mehr. Würde mich jetzt auch wundern, wenn hier nur noch welche wären, nachdem ich hier so letztens aufgeräumt habe. Wenn du einen siehst, dann schieß. Wer hat das gesagt? Level 10, das ist ja putzig. Ihr kleinen Penner. Ehrlich, die Straßen von London sind echt nicht mehr sicher hier. Hier ist doch bestimmt endlich mal Whitechapel.
More and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye. But the guards recruit more and more every year.
When did you join the guard? 2 days ago. Murdering bastard!
Ach, leck mich. Euch vermisst doch eh keiner, ihr ganzen Fanatiker.
Best be on your way home. Did you hear me?
Ja, ich hau ja schon ab, Junge, keine Sorge. Obwohl...
Over there!
Sind wieder noch mehr Typen? Also... Meine Fresse. Große Bestie, Level 12, hä? Ach du Scheiße! Was war das denn für einer? Okay, jetzt wissen wir 100 Pro, die Straßen von London sind wirklich sehr gefährlich geworden. Was war das? Eine Art Wehrlöwe oder so? Meine Güte.
Better go home, sir.
Oh.
Are you... It's a lady! Kill him! Oh, shit!
Bloody monster!
Ah, die Mauer, hm? Die Mauer ist gefallen. Nein, nicht. Obwohl in der Zeit gab es die ja noch nicht, glaube ich. So.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Ach, das werden wir schon irgendwie finden, mein Freund. Lauter Schmiermittel und Schrauben, was soll man davon halten? Oh, große Pilzdose und Schrotpatronen. Nett. Ja, erkunden lohnt sich manchmal. Schaust du mal auf den Krankenhaus Bengel? Hey. Der scheint tot zu sein. Ach, da oben. Oh.
Me, I'll not die in some piss stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me.
I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Ach, ist der Mann noch nett.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
This note was found on a dead man, Albert. If that doesn't change your mind, then you must be ready to face the risks.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I've a future here.
Ja, wenn du meinst.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything, it ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Ach komm, ich bin doch eigentlich nett zu dir. Okay, da waren wir gerade. Ah, Erschöpfung. Hat der gute Mann.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Sehr witzig.
Goodbye, young man.
Me? I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old
Ja,
lavvy.
ich hab dich auch lieb. Wow. Wer bist du denn?
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Ach, sicher? Ach, Migräne. Na, das können wir noch nicht machen.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. And now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
Na, wie nett.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar, a coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
Na, wie nett.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
Mann, der arme Kerl.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. It's just a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Das ist doch mal interessant.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Oh Mann,
Me,
Mann.
I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
Ich gerade eine tolle Einstellung, ja. Na gut, gucken wir uns noch weiter um. Irgendwo muss ja doch sie sein. Ah, Benjamin Palmer, den hatten wir ja gerade. Ach, da ist jemand Neues.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Na super.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Aha, ich glaube, die kennen wir sogar. Den haben wir aus Versehen gerettet.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Mixtur mit einer der größten lateinischen Liste der Inhaltsstoffe. Dieser Gegenstand kann für den verwertbaren Bestandteil zerlegt werden. Dann nehmen wir den mal.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
Wahrscheinlich wieder so eine Quacksalberin, aber hey. Wenn es den Leuten wenigstens hilft, die Hoffnung zu bewahren, dann werde ich garantiert nicht derjenige sein, der sie nimmt.
It's locked.
Toll.
Good evening, sir. Do you remember me?
If you're here for a reward, you'll be sorely disappointed. But I'll gladly shake the hand of a fellow countryman.
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed from the Pembroke.
A doctor? In Whitechapel? What an opportunity. My name's Bates. Cadogan Bates.
Do you require assistance, Mr. Bates?
Not me, but your skills could help a lot of people round here. That would help my business, because I say, a live tenant's a paying tenant.
Na, sehr nett.
It's unusual to see someone so happy around here, especially considering the current situation.
Why should I be sad now? There've always been wars, disease, tragedy. There always will be.
That's an unusual way of seeing things in these trying times.
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes. I'm healthy, and I intend to stay so.
Okay, ich merke schon, warum man uns abgeraten hat, mit ihm zu reden. Und er hat eine Erkältung.
Since I took an oath to help people, can I be of assistance?
Well, seen better days, that's for sure. But it was bound to happen with all these refugees about.
Infecting you is probably the last thing on these people's minds. Take this, in any case.
What? You give me this for free? Don't have a clue about this place, do you?
Ach, wir sind halt nett.
I want to know everything about the recent violence, Cadogan. And I want the truth.
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to evict a few people. But that's business, isn't it?
I don't believe even you deserve such a cruel fate, though you have tested my patience beyond its limit.
Glad to hear. Nice to know there's another civilized individual in these parts. Not like those bloody savages.
You seem to have recovered well since your attack. Do you ever think about what happened to you?
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. It made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you. I'm looking for Dorothy Crane. She's a nurse. What can you tell me about her?
Dorothy Crane. Bless her soul. I really should thank her someday.
Has she treated you?
No. When I need a checkup, I'd go to a bloody doctor, not some back alley clinic full of sick foreigners.
Rassist.
What is your business exactly?
I offer fair lodgings for a modest price to the poor and weary of Whitechapel.
I see. And what about those who cannot pay?
Well, deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
You obviously place yourself above the misery of Whitechapel, but you are as repellent an individual as I have ever met.
Begging your pardon, I thought you was a man who could appreciate the complexity of the modern world. Things ain't just black and white, you know.
What help could I possibly be to your business?
That's simple. I already get good money from all those fleeing the war. Can you imagine what they'd be willing to pay if I could offer medical assistance too?
Mr. Bates, do not make me regret saving your life in this quarantine zone.
I understand, Dr. Reed, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy to act as your middleman.
If I were entering into the world of street medicine, it would be on my terms and without such dubious associates as yourself, Mr. Bates.
So it's a no, then. That's too bad. The Reed tonic could have really helped people, you know, saved lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swanborough shit.
Tell me, what's your honest opinion of the increasing violence in London?
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city's rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
Okay, ich denke mal, hier sind wir richtig.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
This district seems to get uglier every year.
Ah, ja, Bronchitis. Sehr nah an. Dann schauen wir mal. Was hat der alte Mann zu verbergen? Aha.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Gut zu wissen.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.